Hello and welcome. I want to tell you a story about you, about me, about all of us. Right now, as you're listening to this, you're likely in the middle of a war. A quiet, relentless battle for your time, your energy, and your peace. You're fighting deadlines, draining relationships, and the constant noise of a world that demands more and more from you. You're exhausted, you're stretched thin, and you feel like you're losing. But what if I told you that the war you're fighting isn't the real one? What if the real battle is not against the world outside, but against the habits you've built and the stories you tell yourself? What if the key to winning isn't to fight harder, but to simply stop, to surrender to a deeper truth? Buddhism, an ancient tradition of wisdom, offers a different path. It's not a religion in the way you might think of one. There are no gods to worship, no doctrines to blindly follow. It is a practical guide, a set of principles to help you navigate the one thing we all have to deal with, being human. It teaches us that true transformation doesn't begin with changing your job, or your partner, or your address. It begins with changing your mind, with rebuilding yourself from the inside out. Today, we're not going to talk about becoming a better person. That puts too much pressure on us. Instead, we're going to talk about becoming a more awakened one who sees with clarity, one who lives with intention, one who finds peace not in the absence of chaos, but right in the middle of it. So get comfortable, take a deep breath, and let's begin. The Buddha's first great discovery was a simple yet profound observation. Life is suffering. Now, before you get discouraged, let's be clear about what that means. It doesn't mean life is terrible. It doesn't mean you should give up. It means that the inherent nature of being human is to experience discomfort. Pain is a given. It's a fundamental part of the human experience. You've felt it, haven't you? The ache of a broken heart, the sting of rejection, the gnawing frustration of a plan that falls apart. These are the first arrows of life. They are natural and unavoidable. But Buddhism teaches us about the second arrow. This is the suffering we add to the pain. It's the mental anguish, the self-pity, the why me story we create around the initial event. The first arrow is the pain of a breakup. The second arrow is the endless loop of regret, anger, and what-ifs. The first arrow is a difficult conversation. The second arrow is replaying it in your head for days, thinking of all the things you should have said. And it's this second arrow that truly cripples us. It's the war we wage against reality. We spend so much of our energy trying to make things permanent in a world that is fundamentally impermanent. We want happy moments to last forever. We want our relationships to never change. We want our bodies to stay young. But everything in this universe is in constant motion. Every cell in your body, every thought in your mind, every season that passes. Nothing is static. When we resist this truth, we create our own suffering. It's like trying to hold onto water in a cupped hand. The harder you grip, the faster it slips away. The key is to realize that the river of life is not your enemy. The goal is not to stop its flow, but to learn to swim with it. To accept the currents, the rocks, and the inevitable twists and turns. To stop fighting reality and start working with it. This is not about being passive or giving up. It's about a deep, fundamental shift in perspective. It's the courage to say, this is what is happening right now, without needing it to be different. It's the wisdom to see that your peace doesn't depend on controlling the outside world, but on how gracefully you meet the inevitable changes. In the next part, we'll talk about the single most powerful tool you have to meet life's challenges. The one thing that can help you disarm that second arrow dot. So how do you disarm that second arrow? How do you stop your mind from attacking you with those what-if scenarios and painful reruns? The answer is simple, yet takes a lifetime to master. You are not your thoughts. I know, you've heard that before, but do you really believe it? Most of us are completely identified with the noise in our heads. We believe every thought is a command, every feeling is a fact. But what if there's a part of you that is separate from all that? A part that simply watches. Buddhism calls this the observer, the part of you that is aware of what's happening. Think of your mind as a busy street. Thoughts are the cars, emotions are the pedestrians, and you, the real you are, the person sitting on the curb, simply watching. You don't have to get in every car. You don't have to follow every person. You just watch them pass by. This is the foundation of mindfulness. It's the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's not about stopping your thoughts. That's impossible. It's about changing your relationship with them. So, let's try it. Wherever you are, just get comfortable. Close your eyes if you can. Take a deep, slow breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, just let your shoulders drop. Now, just notice. What thoughts are floating through your mind right now? Are they about what you need to do later? About a conversation you had yesterday? Don't try to push them away. Don't judge them. Just notice them as if they were clouds drifting across the sky. What emotions are present in your body? Maybe a tightness in your chest, a knot in your stomach. Don't try to fix it. Just feel it. Be with it. You are the one who is watching. The thoughts are not you. The emotions are not you. You are the awareness that notices all of it. This simple practice is a powerful revolution. It's where you take back your power. When you stop fighting your inner world, you create a space for peace to enter. You learn that you are not broken. You are not a victim. You are the conscious, stable, and unbreakable presence beneath all the noise. In the next part, we'll talk about a crucial concept that shapes everything you've ever experienced, karma. But not in the way you might think. Let's talk about a word you've probably heard 1,000 times, karma. For many of us, karma is a scary idea. It's this cosmic scorecard, a universal judge keeping track of our good and bad deeds. We think, if I do something bad, karma will get me. It's a concept that fills us with fear and guilt. But in Buddhism, karma is not about divine judgment or punishment. It's about natural law. It is simply cause and effect. It's the understanding that nothing you do, say, or even think disappears. It all creates ripples. Imagine a still, calm lake. You pick up a stone and throw it into the water. The stone disappears, but its effect the ripples spread out, touching every part of the lake. They reach the distant shores you can't even see. Your life works in the exact same way. Every action you take is a stone dropped into the lake of existence. But here's where it gets really interesting. The most powerful stones you throw are your thoughts. The Buddha taught that everything begins in the mind. Before you speak, you think. Before you act, you decide. Your thoughts are the first ripples. They set everything else in motion. Think about the last time you were angry. The angry thoughts came first, didn't they? Before the angry words or the tense body language. And those thoughts, on their own, created a ripple. They changed your energy. They influenced how you moved through the rest of your day. So, if a negative thought is a stone that creates negative ripples, what does a positive thought do? When you think with compassion, you see opportunities for kindness. When you think with gratitude, you discover abundance. Your inner world shapes your outer world. This doesn't mean you're being punished for your past mistakes. It means you have unlimited possibility in this very moment. You can't take back the stones you've already thrown, but you can choose, right now, what new ripples you want to create. And here's the beautiful paradox. The more you cultivate positive thoughts and intentions, the more your actions naturally align with a life of purpose. You don't do good things because you're hoping for a reward. You do them because it's your nature to do so. It feels good. In the next part, we'll dive into a concept that's often misunderstood. It's the key to finding genuine freedom from suffering. Let's confront one of the most misunderstood concepts in Buddhism. When you hear that word, what comes to mind? Do you picture a cold, distant monk who doesn't care about anything? Do you worry that if you practice non-attachment, you'll stop loving the people you hold dear? This is where the biggest misconception lies. Non-attachment is not about not caring. It's about loving without a desperate need to possess or control. It's the difference between holding a butterfly gently in your open palm and crushing it with a closed fist. The Buddha saw that our suffering comes not from loss itself, but from our attachment to what is lost. When you lose something precious, a natural sadness arises. That's a first arrow. But when you can't let go, when you demand that the past be different, that's the second arrow of suffering. That's attachment. Think about love. Attachment says, I want you to make me happy. I need you to stay the same. I can't be whole without you. True love, on the other hand, says, I want you to be happy, even if that happiness doesn't include me. I appreciate you as you are, knowing that you will change and grow. A mother loves her child. If her love is based on attachment, she'll suffer when the child leaves for college, because her identity as a full-time mother is gone. She's trying to hold on to a past that no longer exists. But if her love is based on non-attachment, she feels immense pride and joy for her child's independence. She misses them, but she celebrates their growth. She loves with an open hand, not a closed fist. Non-attachment doesn't mean you stop caring. In fact, it allows you to care more deeply. When you're not using all your energy to desperately hold onto a person, a job, or a moment, you're free to experience it fully right now. You appreciate its beauty completely, precisely because you know it's temporary. This is why a wise person can say, I am not afraid that this beautiful crystal glass will break, because in my mind, it is already broken. He doesn't stop drinking from the glass. He enjoys it fully, knowing that one day it will return to the dust from which it came. This is the paradox of non-attachment. By accepting that everything is temporary, you stop taking anything for granted. You become present, grateful, and truly alive. You're not trying to possess life. You're letting life flow through you. In the next part, we'll talk about the single most powerful act you can take every day to transform your life. An act so simple, yet so profound, that it can shift your entire reality. So, what is the single most powerful act you can take right now to transform your life? What is the one thing that can shift your entire perspective from lack to abundance, from fear to peace? It is gratitude. I know. You've heard it a million times. But this isn't about writing a list of things you're happy about. This is a deep spiritual practice. It's a fundamental way of seeing the world, Most of us live in a state of I'll be happy when ... I'll be grateful when I get the new job, when I meet the right person, when my life finally looks perfect. We live in a constant state of waiting for happiness to arrive. But gratitude flips the script. It says, I am grateful now, in this moment, for what is. When you're going through a difficult time, practicing gratitude can feel impossible. But it's precisely in those moments that it is most needed. This isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about training your mind to see the tiny specks of light in the darkness. A woman once told me a story about going through a messy, painful divorce. She was consumed by anger and hurt. Her therapist challenged her to write down 3 things she was grateful for every day. At first, she thought it was ridiculous. Her first list was things like, I'm grateful my dog still loves me and I have coffee. But she kept going. Over time, she started noticing more. She was grateful for her friends who listened, for the quiet mornings, for the unexpected moments of peace. Did the gratitude make her pain disappear? No, but it prevented her pain from consuming her entirely. It gave her mind something else to focus on besides the loss. It shifted her energy from resistance to resilience. Gratitude is a form of spiritual alchemy. It takes the ordinary, the messy, the painful, and transforms it into something sacred. The simple act of saying thank you for your breath, for your food, for the roof over your head, completely changes your relationship with life itself. When you stop taking things for granted, you start seeing them for what they truly are. Miracles. Your life isn't a series of problems to be solved. It's a series of gifts to be received. In the final part, we will bring all of these principles together. We will discover that the journey of becoming a better you isn't about working harder or doing more. It's about remembering who you truly are. And here you are. After a journey of discovery, you find yourself exactly where you started, in this very moment. The Buddha taught that all seeking eventually leads home, not to a new place, but to the recognition of what was never lost. You didn't need to travel anywhere to find peace. You needed to remember that peace is your natural state. You didn't need to become someone different to experience love. You needed to recognize that love is what you are. You didn't need to fix your life to feel whole. You needed to see that wholeness was always here, patiently waiting beneath the stories of brokenness. So, what does it mean to stop worrying and start living? It means you learn to release the second arrow. It means you understand that the war is not against the world, but against your own mental habits. It means you become the observer of your thoughts, not the prisoner of them. You watch them pass like clouds, and you choose not to get caught in the storm. It means you remember that karma isn't about punishment, but about possibility. And you use your most powerful tool, your intentional thoughts, to create a new reality, one ripple at a time. It means you practice non-attachment, not by becoming cold and distant, but by loving with an open hand. You appreciate every person, every moment, for what it is, knowing that its beauty is in its impermanence. And it means you cultivate gratitude as a daily act of grace. You train your mind to see the abundance that is already here, transforming ordinary moments into sacred ones. This is the path. Not a path of perfection, but a path of awakening. A path that is walked one day at a time, one breath at a time. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are not behind. You are awakening. So, what will you choose today? Will you keep fighting the war against reality, or will you choose to drop your weapons and begin the journey home? The choice is in your hands, and the journey begins now.